Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday service of Now Creations. Always a joy to remind you that the most important thing in life, your conscious awareness, based on the love at the very center of your being, is always available for you to bring forth. And may today you live in this joyful love, just realizing you have everything you need already within you. Allow it to come forward. I also want to mention you'll need a paper and pen for this morning's session. Also, a couple of other reminders. If you have not signed up for the members directory and would like to do so, just go to our website, click on members directory. That'll be the last header. And just as you click on it, everything will pop up. You'll have exactly what you need. And then also very happy to remind you, if you're able to join us, please do so. We'll be having our topical conversation, What is Light Body, this evening from 7 to 8:30. Let's begin. And again, you'll need paper and pen. My dear friends, it's been a joy to share with you the teachings of the past 6 weeks on soul teams, how each one of us is yoked to others, how each one of us is pulling together with others and ushering in the kingdom of God. These 5 teams, from our spiritual friends in Now Creations to our best spiritual friend, the God Spirit within us, has been a necessary focus for us to understand the larger energies in which we are participating. In today's teaching, however, I want to return to you. I want to return to you, the individual soul spirit, and especially to focus on how you might move forward in the elevation of your life to a newer, higher spiritual plane. I will begin with a caution that I would observe in teaching my college students, then focus on a couple of interesting teachings from the afterlife of Billy Fingers, and especially the insightful comment made by his sister, Annie Kagan, and then focus on surface and deeper joys, with a concluding comment from Joseph Benner's wonderful book, The Impersonal Life. The topic of today's teaching is moving forward. Let's begin. And again, you'll need a paper and pen. When I was teaching my philosophy classes to college students, one of the most interesting classes was on the topic of freedom. Not only younger college students, but all adults want to and like to be free. None of us want someone else to tell us what to do. And of course, there are many sayings that reflect within us this notion of freedom, such as follow your dreams. Don't let someone else's agenda become your agenda. And of course, probably each one of us has our own favorite saying on freedom. Mine comes from the words of Shakespeare when Polonius gives this advice to his son Mercutio. The words are, to thine own self be true. To thine own self be true. Well, as I mentioned, I had a reservation about teaching these words to my college students. I clearly recognize that these words, to thine own self be true, could wreak havoc in the lives of young college students who do not have a lot of life experiences. In fact, they can wreak havoc in the lives of people who have had a lot of life experiences. And I'm sure you can testify to that. The caution that I had in mind is obvious to many of you, I'm sure. The caution is, who is the self to whom one is going to be true? Who is the self to whom one is going to be true. We clearly understand that these words can be quite difficult for a lot of people, especially for people who might be mentally unstable or just trying to figure things out in life. Thus, when I taught the concept of freedom to my students, I would spend ample time, not just on the upside of freedom, but also of the pitfalls and the dangers. Again, the question to be answered is, who is the self to whom one is to be true? Who is the self to whom you're going to be true? Let's now take this notion of the self from a quite interesting book, The Afterlife of Billy Fingers, written by his sister, Annie Kagan. From his afterlife in the celestial realms, Billy, who was quite a rascal when he was here on earth, is delivering guidance to his sister Annie, whose life itself is quite disruptive because she was just having so many issues in her life. In a brief scenario, Billy gives this advice on how to experience joy while here on earth. It's good advice. He simply says, to cultivate joy, pay attention to what you like. To cultivate joy, pay attention to what you like. Sounds like good advice, doesn't it? Of course, the college professor in me is thinking, well, who is the self that is cultivating the joy? Who is the self that's cultivating the joy? But Annie makes a rather interesting response to Billy's words. To Billy's words, to cultivate joy, pay attention to what you like. Annie responded in these words. It's really good. Paying attention to what I liked became a spiritual practice. Paying attention to what I liked became a spiritual practice. Her response had what I call substance. These were not just do whatever you want words, do anything that simply pleases you, but they had kind of a deeper view of life. Annie's response, paying attention to what I liked, became a spiritual practice, spurred a clear response in me. It got me to think in ways that I will now share with you, which is the substance of today's teaching. I will share this substance in these 3 steps for us moving forward. The first step, I appreciated the wise words that Annie gave us, especially the use of the word spiritual. I felt very, very comfortable to apply this word, spiritual, a word that is common to all of us, a word that we truly understand, that we really are spiritual beings, so that these words would not fool us. They won't fool us by superficial pleasures that are here today and gone tomorrow. We certainly don't want to be true to things that don't satisfy us. Don't you want to be true to things that really satisfy you? But then I thought, well, what kind of joys would I choose for myself? What kind of joys would I choose for myself? Or what kind of joys would you choose for yourself? So I took then the second and third steps. The second step. The second step was, what are the more surface joys? What are the more surface joys that one would enjoy in their lives? Actually, Annie made some very good suggestions when she said she enjoyed the taste of chocolate, Me too. I'm sure you as well. French perfume, not quite sure about that one. And the purring of cats. Pretty nice. I thought to myself, that's a good start for me. So, what are the surface things that bring joy to me? So, let me now suggest that you take a moment and list maybe 3 to 5 surface joys that bring you happiness. I think that you will find it quite easy to do. So I'm going to ask you to pause now, take that paper with your pen, and would you simply list 3, 4, 5 surface joys that bring you happiness? Just take a moment now to do so. Let's proceed. I presume that your list includes the everyday things that just make you happy. Everyday things like maybe just a nice meal, enjoying nature, or viewing a good movie, or perhaps spoiling your children or grandchildren. Just things that make you happy. Just everyday things that are just kind of fun to do. So let's put that list aside just for a moment. Well, then I began to probe a little more deeply into the things that I really deeply enjoy. The surface things were nice. They're just nice everyday things, and I certainly enjoy them myself, without a doubt. But then I just said to myself, all right, Vince, what do you really enjoy doing? And especially, what serves your spiritual growth? And as soon as I said, okay, what are the things that you really enjoy doing that serve your spiritual growth? A whole new set of understandings came to me. Now, I realized that I was exploring my true spiritual self, my own soul spirit. It was my soul spirit that is the self that Shakespeare talked about when he said, to thine own self be true. I got them. I understood them. I needed to be true to myself. It was my soul spirit that Annie Kagan was suggesting when she said that paying attention to what she liked became a spiritual practice. I was ready. I was ready now for the third step. So this is what I did. I stopped everything, really. I just stopped everything. I quieted myself and I sat down with a yellow pad and pen and asked myself the following question. What are the deeper things in life that you really enjoy doing? What are the deeper things in life that inspire me to say to myself, to thine own self be true? What are the deeper things in life that I wanted to pay attention to, for they are the essence of my spiritual practice? That was a big one. What are the deeper things that I really want to pay attention to that are at the base of my spiritual practice? This is what I would, in a sense, now ask you to do. Now that you answered, in a sense, your surface joys, would you take a few moments now to list 3 to 5 things that are the deeper joys of your life and that are truly a reflection of your true self? Now, let me add this initial comment. As you do this, be sincere, be genuine, but most of all, be practical. What are the deeper things that you really enjoy doing that reflect your true spirituality? It was a great comment that Annie made. I ask you, in a sense, to jot down 3, 4, 5 things that are a reflection of your true self and assist you in the development of your spirituality. I'll give you a few more minutes to do so. Please now take the time. It's a good question for us. What are the things that you really deeply feel that reflect your spirituality and that you want to practice every day? Let's take another moment to go over the list or maybe complete your list. Take another moment. What I would now like to do is to share my list of things that I really enjoy doing spiritually, just to give you an example of what maybe a list might include. As you well know, I would never tell you to do simply what I'm doing, but I'm happy to share with you. I'm happy to share with you what makes me happy at the deeper level of my life. Happy to share with you. And again, in a very, very practical way. Again, these are my list, not necessarily your list. But these are the 5 things that bring really happiness to me spiritually. The first one, right at the top, didn't even have to think about this one. I really enjoy being kind to others. I really enjoy being kind to others. In fact, I look for opportunities to be kind. The second thing, I really enjoy my spiritual practices in my go-to phrase. I really do. I look forward to my spiritual practices every day. I really enjoy doing them. Thirdly, I really enjoy respecting each soul, each person, knowing that they are part of my family, and yet I'm not responsible for their lives. I really enjoy respecting everyone. Takes the pressure off. The fourth thing, I really enjoy being with my spiritual friends of Now Creations. I enjoy being with all of you right now and in all of the programs that we do. I really enjoy our spiritual friendship. And the fifth thing, I really enjoy the empowerment. I really enjoy the empowerment that my spirituality gives to me as I meet the challenges of my life. I just find that it's pretty cool to be able to know I have that power within me to deal with whatever is occurring. Now, this was my list. Again, let me say that your list is your list, and please follow your list of enjoyments. And let's now proceed with a phrase that I like, and then an acknowledgement. The phrase that I like is this: may joy become your job description. May joy become your job description. May joy become the way you now view life. Just take a moment to realize the effect of joy on yourself and on others. When you do the things you like, when you make them your spiritual practice, just observe how much happier you are. As you begin to allow joy to brighten your day, you begin to feel that deeper spirit filling up within yourself, filling your mind and your emotions and your body with an emanating energy that's observable to everyone, that truly raises the energy, not just of yourself, but of your family and your friends. In Psalm 118, verse 24, we hear these wonderful words: "Today is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice." May I suggest that we amend it in the following way and then add something. First, the amendment. Today is the day I have made. Let me be glad and rejoice in it. Today is the day I have made. Joyfully, let me be glad and rejoice in it. And now with this adaptation, let me clearly understand that I am the extension of the Lord God. And I was created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. And I am joyfully creating the good, the beautiful, and the holy. Joy has now become my daily spiritual practice. Joy has now become my daily spiritual practice. Before concluding, a little comment from that wonderful book, The Impersonal Life by Joseph Denner. Just a very, very, very important comment. What you will probably notice in your list of 5 joys, that you did not say anything about stuff that no longer serves you. It is very important to realize that you have turned a spiritual page. You have turned a spiritual page in your life. You are no longer doing things that subvert or minimize your spiritual growth. May you be done with those old habits that just hinder you. You know what I mean. You know what no longer serves you, what you need to get rid of. Focus on your joys. Focus on your joys, surface ones, deeper ones. And as you do so, allow the law of attraction to then direct you, for what you focus on will increase your joys. And what you stop focusing on, the lower energies decrease. Do not sabotage. Do not sabotage what you have worked so hard for to accomplish. Rise up into the joyful day that you are making. In conclusion, it is wonderful to be true to yourself, knowing that the truth is already present within you. It's that joyful spirit that just waits to come forward. And it is wonderful to make your spiritual practice what you truly like. Oh boy, to make your spiritual practice what you truly like. Again, understanding that beautiful joy that is already within you. And may we continue to help each other and to all others, truly taking the time to understand that today Today is the day that we have made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Let me now take you into meditation, and what a joy it is to do so. Let's begin as we normally do by just settling ourselves, just taking a couple of nice, easy breaths, breathing in, breathing out, just nice and easy. Would you now just take a moment and go over those surface joys, those everyday things that are just fun for you, whatever they might be? Just take a moment and just read them over. I don't know about you, but I could hardly wait to go out and plant my new Swiss chard seedlings in the garden today. It'll be so much fun. Just everyday things you just enjoy in life, being happy here on the planet. Today is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. It's in you. It's in you. And would you now take a moment to review those 5 deeper things that you really enjoy, that reflect your spiritual well-being? This is so important for us to really make what we enjoy most deeply our spiritual practice. Please take a moment to do so. I don't know about you, but I'm really happy to be with you right now. I suspect we're happy to be with each other in spiritual friendship. It's one of the things I most enjoy. I'll be happy to be with you tonight when we do What is Light Body. It's one of the things I most enjoy, being together with spiritual friends. I'm really going to enjoy my meditation this afternoon between 5:30 and 6. I hope I won't have to use my go-to phrase, but I'm glad that I have one in case I need it. And most of all, let kindness reign. Let kindness reign. Kindness is the highest intelligence in life. May thine own self be true. You know two things, but a lot of people don't know. You, first of all, know the self to whom it's important to really be true, not the superficial, limited personality self, but the more deeply conscious soul spirit. You know the self to which one can be true. But you also know the truth. You know the truth. And that is that you are an eternal soul spirit that has not left your source. And you are the love of God in human form, creating the good, the beautiful, and the holy. This is how we are moving forward. We know who we are, and we know the truth of our lives. Stay focused. Stay focused. Joyfully, joyfully. And with that, let me invite you to return back to your breath, that lovely breath of life. Notice that little perk, that inspiration in the breath. Happy. Let me now invite you to gently breathe your eyes open. Today is the day that we are making. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. The substance of which makes it easy then for us to say, I am an eternal being of light and love. Thus, only good can come to me, and only good can come from me. And we are eternal beings of light and love. Thus, only good can come to us, and only good can come from us. Namaste.